where is your paper sealed?
How dare you?
Granted the order at 5:45 p.m.
What's the judge's
Where
name?
is your paper
What's the
sealed?
judge's name?
The judge granted the order.
What's the judge's
We
name?
haven't physically got Judge Lynch. We haven't physically got the paperwork.
So you're here asking us to hand over a child with no paperwork?
Bring me your paperwork, please.
Please. Ask the judge, urge the judge to provide the paperwork.
Urge the judge.
If that's the
All
ruling
right,
he's made.
listen, can I just say something? One sec, Liz, please, Liz. Carla,
It's not me. We're asking a legitimate question. Why does she not have the paperwork?
can you let me talk, please?
This is
You're the
live.
one that's got her on the phone.
This
okay?
is live.
If you want to be talking yourself, you probably shouldn't take.
Excuse me, sir.
Several people on the phone now.
No, there's hundreds of people on the phone watching this. There's hundreds.
There's 7,000
And there's
people
now
watching
1,000
right
people
That
now.
doesn't help, though, does
Right?
it?
7,000 people are watching this. Not long ago, okay? And it was confirmed they had no concerns of any children here. No, officer. We had confirmation that there is no concerns with any children in this house. What assessment has been carried out as to what warrants you to check on any children? The police have come back, guys, and they've not got an assessment. This is the order, and there's no assessment. Is this stamp legal, officer? Are you confirming that this is a legal stamp, officer? Because there's been a lot of paperwork that's been provided to me in Word document from this Carla Hurd. So I have been advised by my solicitors to inform this to you, that I have had, they're coming to kick off the door. They're coming to kick off the door. Are you getting this, everybody? That's live right now. They're coming to kick off the door because of this Carla Hurd, again, with her Royal Court of Justice. That's in the Royal Court of Justice right now. This is so concerning on the highest level and the highest degree. This is highly concerning. There's children in here. And look at the time. This is a duty of care to children. She wants to sedate my child and do 36 x-rays on her brain. That is going to damage my child for life. Officer, what's your name? Sorry, your name is Inspector? They're coming, they're kicking off the door now.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
They're kicking off the door.
I literally have to take something out the oven. I'll come in.
They're kicking off the door now. Are you getting this? Are you getting this, everybody? Yes, everybody can see that. We're not consenting. We're not consenting to any of this. We're not consenting to any of this. This is unconstitutional.
How we doing, guys? Myself, Chris Predator OBE here, and you have a quick one. Real Talk True Season. I need everybody's attention, and if not, I need everybody sharing this. This young woman is fighting for her kids. Near enough, not even fighting, they've took her kids already. And what I don't like about this situation, where we've been going through so much right now within the living costs and everything else, and it only takes time for people just to sit there and be able to communicate with people. They weren't being hostile, they weren't being aggressive, they was just merely saying, I wanted a second opinion about them taking blood from her child. And this is when it comes down to, do we have any rights when it comes down to our child? Do we have any rights when it comes down to our children? They're quick to say, where's your kids? Knife crime, where's your kids? When the riot's happening, oh, where's your kids? Keep your kids inside. But then at the same time, the government's doing stuff to her child, and she feels like, well, I've gone into hospital, they've took too much blood from her child, they're saying that they want to give them 36 x-rays and scans, and she's basically saying, I don't want my child to have that. The child's 5.5 months, years old. Now she's trying to get a second opinion, which I feel like she's in duty to getting a second opinion. And this is when it comes down to a times when we know that we haven't even got any rights anymore, guys. We haven't got any rights, to the point that the social worker has now intervened without no paperwork, didn't come back with no court order and all the rest of it, then end up sending the police back socially with a paper. I don't know if the paper was official. They don't even know if the social worker is actually a social worker. And these are the kind of times when it's very, very worrying, when we know that the kidnap has been happening a lot around us, in the sense sense of our kids and everything and vans and all the rest of it. We've got to be talking about kidnap from the actual government. The actual government has got a cheek to sit there and try and take these two beautiful kids, which they don't seem like no harm's been done to them. They will perfectly seem like they've got people around them that can support them. The grandfather's there, the sister's there, the partner's there, the mother's there. I'm not quite sure on why this child has to get thrown into care. It doesn't make any sense. 9 times out of 10, if there's in a situation within the mother or the father, then there's other relatives that we go to first and foremost, whether it's the parent's nan, whether it's the parent's sister, whether it's the parent's brother. But I don't understand why they're kicking off doors and, if not, causing more harm to that child, which their 5-year-old child is now going to be caused harm in the sense of she doesn't know where her mum is. Her mum's now gone. Her mum's now sitting there thinking to herself, what do I do about this? There is no legal actions that she can actually do. So she's trying to get as much information from anybody. Guys, if you're a social worker yourself, if you're a person that works within the government sector, if you're someone that actually knows law, if you're a solicitor, please, I'm going to put her page up right now. Reach out to the sister. They're in need of help. And this is when we have to step up as a village. This is when we have to step up and say wrong is wrong and right is right. I'm always complaining about the parents that are not stepping up and the kids are running around riots and stabbing each other. You mean to tell me there's a parent right now that she said that she's on maternity leave as well? She's on maternity leave, so she's working woman. Not no dosa, no nothing, not even the fact that it should be okay whether she's a dosa or whether she works or not works. That's not the issue. The fact that she's a working woman, she seems very, very fit and well to be able to take care of her children. I do not understand just by her refusing the x-rays, refusing the scans, refusing the too much blood that it was taken from her child. I don't see the problem. And this is the kind of thing when they talked about these vaccinations, when they start putting out laws. I just put up a post not too long ago. When they kind of put out laws, they now got the rights over your child. If you don't know about the straw man, these are the kind of things that it goes back to your birth certificate. You are not your name, you are a number. And once you sign over the birth certificate, you're now signing over the rights to your child, to the government. That's why when you go anywhere, or when you go to court and everything, they always tell you, are you the person? Are you Mr. Preddy? Are you identifying as this person, as this stature that we call whatever your name is, Mr. Preddy, or you could be Mr. Smith, whoever your name is. But once you go into court, they say, do you identify this person? So that means that we can take action on that person. But right now, you are just a statue figure. That's why when you hear about us being put into the stocks and shares, well, like it's like a human cattle market, that the fact that they've got us on stocks and shares and they go to other companies and say, hey, what? Chris loves, I don't know, computers. Chris loves gaming. And then all the kind of advertisement people, they will sell my information to them so I get more gaming information, so I get more food information if I'm a foodie. And these are the kind of times when you're scrolling on your phone and you're sitting there thinking, how comes KFC's promoting the same KFC right around the corner? Because this is what they do. They actually selling us like human cattle. So the fact that we don't have any rights, the fact that the law sits there and says everybody's got a rights, we've got freedom of speech, which we don't seem to have. Right now, this woman's trying to exercise her freedom of speech, and she doesn't seem like she can exercise her freedom of speech. They do say to us, oh, we've got the freedom of speech of, you know, the power to protest. We've got the power to stand up and be able to walk and go freely as we please. It's starting to feel like we can't do that as well, because they're putting laws now where you can't protest. It's putting laws now where you can't stand up for yourself. So these are the kind of times, if we don't get behind it, if we don't share it, if we don't let the government know that we see you and we're not having none of it, we want the children back. First and foremost, that's it. First and foremost, that's the first thing. We want the children back. And if you're not going to give them back to the parents, give them back to the family. First and foremost, if there's an issue, I'm sure that they can sit down and go through the issues properly. I don't understand how social services are quick to take children, and 9 times out of 10, not in a bad way to a lot of these children, because some children have come out good in social services and care and gone into foster homes and all the rest of it, and they've come out great. But a lot of the times when I'm speaking to young people, they tell me that they end up having a worsened experience. They end up getting abused. They end up getting taken advantage of. Some of them are being raped. Some of them are being hit and more abuse, more domestic violence. So don't sit there and try and go on that. Sometimes being in social services, or if not being in care, is the best thing for that child. What we want to happen is you rectify the situation by bringing the children back to the family. Guys, we need this message to get out there. We need everyone to share this. Like I said, is there anybody that legally knows any information? If you're a doctor, if you're a lawyer, anything to understand this situation a little bit more, does she have rights? And I'm assuming that she should have rights to say she doesn't want you taking so much blood from her child. I think she does have rights to say, I don't want to give my child an x-ray. And because she's refused it, they see it as in the sense of now she's not she's now abusing her child, because she's not allowing them to take medical approach, which 9 times out of 10, what kind of radiation? They saying that they wanted to sedate the young girl. What's going to happen after that? And we all know sometimes when you go in the hospital, you don't come out. Real talk. I'm just talking facts. Don't worry. I'll wait. So we're going to sit there and allow them to do that just for them to turn around to the parent and say that you're negligent, to sit there and say that it was your fault. You was abusing.